What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing with you the steps you can take to get your home ready to sell for top dollar and in the shortest amount of time. My name is Kendrick Blanchard with Sarah Oliver Real Estate Brokerage, servicing London, St. Thomas, and the surrounding area. We're gonna go over the 6 things you can do to get your home ready to sell for top dollar in the shortest amount of time. Number 1, deferred maintenance. The first thing I want you to focus on is any small maintenance issues that you're aware of with your home. It's just maintenance that you've kind of been putting off, and I'm talking about the little holes in the drywall, the caulking around a bathtub, the gutters that are clogged. So just these little things that you've been putting off and just may not notice anymore. Take care of all these things now because they may be insignificant and you may not even notice them anymore, but buyers absolutely will. When a buyer walks through your property, they're saying, well, I got to take care of this, I've got to take care of that, and the whole perception of the property can really change. Even a small thing that you may have to hire a contractor for, when a buyer is walking through a property and they're trying to work out the math in their head, in reality, it may only cost them $100, but they're always going to overestimate the cost of repairs in their mind. They're thinking, oh man, well, this is going to cost me $200 to $300 at least. So the more of these little deferred maintenance items that we can take care of now, the better. Number 2, decluttering. I want you to start decluttering your home. Look, we've all been there. Things tend to accumulate quickly, and it can take a long time to start organizing your stuff and figuring out what you want to sell, what you want to keep, and what you want to donate. But start the process now and try to eliminate as much stuff and as much clutter in your home as possible. When I walk through a home with a buyer and a house is cluttered, and then we walk through another home that's exactly the same, but it's open and it's not cluttered at all, that home feels larger. It may not be larger, but it feels larger. And that makes all the difference to a buyer when walking through your home. I would say try to declutter as much as you possibly can. If you have a garage, an attic, or a storage space, just start getting boxes and putting all those things away now, just for a few months. And once you move into your new home, you can then take everything back out. Number 3, brightening up your home. There's nothing more unattractive than walking into an incredibly dark house or apartment. If you've got darker curtains, consider replacing them with lighter ones. If you have darker paint throughout, consider repainting with lighter colors that just reflects the light better. Do you have dark carpeting? Consider putting down a light color rug. I always recommend leaving your blinds and curtains open and keeping a light on in every room if you have showings that day. Now, not everyone is comfortable with this just due to electricity costs, but it definitely helps. I want to be clear here. You don't have to do all of these things, but if you have the time and energy, it'll certainly make your house more attractive to buyers. Number 4, when was this last updated? I want you to ask yourself this question about your kitchen, your bathroom, your floors, your hardware like the door handles and all your electrical outlets and faceplates, because this is what buyers are going to be looking at when they come to your home. When they get to the house, open the door, and the handle is 30 years old, they're going to notice. Now, they're walking through the home thinking, oh man, I've got to update this, I've got to update that, and now they notice all the electrical faceplates are almond colored from the 70s or 80s. Now they walk into the kitchen and the kitchen may be in perfect working order, but in their minds they're thinking, I've got to update this kitchen and it's going to cost me $10,000 to $15,000, and they're going to do the same thing with the bathrooms. I would say that if your bathrooms or kitchens haven't been updated in 20 years, I would strongly consider investing a little bit of money in those areas and just kind of bring them up to modern standards. Again, each property is unique and not every home requires these updates before going to market. If you're unsure about what needs to be done, reach out to me directly. I'd be more than happy to advise on possible solutions and help make recommendations. Number 5, curb appeal. This is the front of your home and typically the first thing a buyer sees when they view your property online. There's an interesting psychological concept known as confirmation bias when we first see a person, a house, or anything. We're going to make a snap judgment decision right then and there based off our very first impression of them. Later on, we're more likely to accept the facts that confirm our initial decision rather than accept facts that contradict our initial decision. So how this plays out in real estate is if they walk up to your house and say, wow, what a cute and beautiful home. And then they walk in and they're more likely to accept the facts that confirm that it's a cute and beautiful home rather than accept the facts that contradict that. If they get to your house and the very first impression is, wow, look at this overgrown yard and it's ugly and the fence is broken, they're going to be like, oh man, what do we have here? They're going to notice all the little things like outdated door handles, the smears, the smudges, the stains, and all the little things that reaffirm their initial perception of the property. This is why focusing on curb appeal is so important, and you don't have to do anything over the top. A lot of sellers just need to focus on their landscaping. Make sure your grass is cut, the overgrown bushes are cut back. Keep the gardens free from weeds. If you have any mildew or algae growing on the siding, get a pressure washer and just clean that off. If your welcome mat is worn out, consider getting a new one. If the front door hasn't been painted in years, maybe try giving it a fresh coat. I've been seeing a lot of people using bright colors on the front doors recently, and people are going crazy for it. Number 6, depersonalizing the home. Now, this is going to be the hardest one for many, but I want you to try to depersonalize your home. When a buyer walks through a property, they need to be able to envision themselves in the home. They need to picture it. They need to feel it. What their TV, their couch, and their furniture in the home would look like. And when they come in and see all these family photos of another family living in that property, it can really destroy the illusion in their mind. I'll admit it. It's already a little awkward walking through a stranger's home to begin with. And especially so when you start seeing family photos in the home and all of these personalized pieces. It can feel like you're invading somebody else's personal space, and you don't want to portray that feeling to any potential buyers. I know this is hard, but I want you to take down all your family photos, very delicately box those up, and just stick them in a closet for a few months until all the showings are done and you're ready to move into your new home. Once you're fully moved in, it can be one of the very first boxes that you unpack. But while you're selling the home, I want you to take down all your family photos. You've just heard all my tips for getting your home ready to sell. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. And again, I'm a real estate agent serving London, St. Thomas, and the surrounding area. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.